Tomorrow is the day, Frida's 80th birthday. All week long we were diving back in time all the way to Frida's childhood, her early years, her early recordings. Today, our focus will be all on Abba and Frida's standout moments. I want to go through each album, give you my personal highlights, but I want to start at the very end with the newest project, Voyage. This was something I never expected in my life. Frida always believed in it. She never gave up hope for anything, not even for a new album by Abba. And you can see and feel her love for this project, for Voyage, ever since, for the show, for us, for Abba. For me, when Abba's Voyage album was released, when it came out, when I listened to it for the very first time, I felt it was an artistic triumph. This comeback blew me away. I was blown away by the overall experience of those 10 songs, of this album of an album. But something really stood out of all things, and from the first moment on, that was the singing of Frida and Agnieszka, which I thought was mind-blowing. This is what I said back then in my first impressions. From start to finish, we have two ladies who sing their hearts out, who really shine as bright as ever, individually and together. This is women power at its very best. They sound strong and convictive, sensitive and vulnerable, and as lovely as only Agnieszka and Frida can sound. It's an incredible journey through all kinds of emotions, singing through the highest of emotions and the lowest, through joy, fear, vulnerability. And not only do they nail impossible nuances, but they manage on this album to slip into the most different characters to bring us this variety of a voyage. I said, to give us this incredible variety, Frida and Agnieszka manage as good as ever to bring out their vast range of personal experiences, and they do it with a vast range of vocal delivery. Those incredible vocals after 40 years. To hear that woman power all over Voyage. And as my very first ABBA album release ever, to actually witness myself live, it showed me exactly what makes ABBA. Those ladies, together, in unison, in harmony, and individually. And today, in celebration of Frida's upcoming 80th birthday, we are going to take a look back once again at Voyage, at Frida's milestones on this album, at her signature songs, her individual vocal delivery, her lead vocals, and certainly enough, of course, it's the opening song. It's the first song that we ever heard from ABBA after 35 years, the brand new one, I Still Have Faith in You, which opens the album, which was the first thing we ever heard of this unique, magical comeback from ABBA. It was her voice and her singing that line, I still have faith in you. But then the album captures this essence of the opening track so terrifically with the closing song, Ode to Freedom. And I said it back then, once you listen to the final song, once the album is over, you want to start all over again. There's this incredible flow to it. But today I want to take a look at two exceptional songs from towards the end of the album, those back-to-back songs with lead vocals by Frida. And those are, of course, Bumblebee and No Doubt About It. There is a great contrast between those two songs, a great contrast between Frida's vocal delivery even. Those two songs show the range of Frida's ability to take us away with a song by using her voice and adopting it to the storyline of the song, to the storytelling, to the lyrics, their overall feelings. Bumblebee has Frida's voice matching the tapestry of sounds and layers, the synthesizers, the flute, and her vocal delivery comes with so much emotion and amazing nuances. Certainly this song was very personal to her, must have been, with her environmental interest. And it was one of those first songs to be recorded. After the very first two, it was Bumblebee and I Can Be That Woman, lead vocals by Agneta, in January 2019. So those two, and Bumblebee being one of them, were important first songs for this album. And you can hear in Frida's voice this very warm, very sweet sound. Someone wrote it's like drenched in honey. I have a comment by someone from you. I never got around to read those comments or discuss them in a video, just because they came out after my videos came out, when we were discussing the Voyage tracks, track by track, in the Voyage series. So now I can integrate some of those comments here. And this one about Bumblebee says, for some unique and utterly brilliant reason, this was the song that affected me quite deeply at first listen. By the end of the song, on that quiet midnight hour of Voyage release, I was all cried out, so overcome with emotion, in a way that songs like I Wonder or Like an Angel Passing Through My Room had done in the past. And this is where we need to talk about the importance of Frida in Abba's sound. She takes you there with her through every scene. Every line delivered is a setting that's laid and evolved. You can feel it in Fernando, When All Is Said and Done, Cassandra, Should I Laugh or Cry, and just about every song she has recorded as part of Abba and as a solo artist. Bumblebee is a warm and gentle but quite effective example, as she moves ever so softly through it, pretty much like an actual bumblebee. Her personal sentiments around environmental issues are splattered all over the song, a great opportunity to not only display vocal prowess but also strong personal conviction. You know she means it when she sings it. She believes it, and therefore you do too. Her voice almost breaks when she sings that last, feeling sad for those who never. Rather than spotting a vocal difficulty, I see this as that's her, in tune with the sadness and the melancholy of what's being said in the lyrics. The marriage of her vocals and Benny's 80s synths is one of the many things that bring a special warmth to my heart. As with many of the songs I mentioned, they go hand in hand. Ice and honey melted together, if there was such a thing. This comment came from Diego ages ago here on YouTube. Thank you so much for this beautiful sentiment about Bumblebee. And Bumblebee is followed by No Doubt About It, a contrast to the preceding track, the song itself as well as Frida's delivery. And there's even a contrast within the song itself, within No Doubt About It, especially between verse and chorus. And once again, Frida matches that musicality with her voice. Another YouTube comment. This is the vocal performance of the album for me. I have waited for the day when Frida Lyngstad was allowed to belt without restraint on an Abba song. We finally have come to that day. I am astonished by how strong and intact her voice is. Many people mentioned similarities to old Abba songs. For example, Tiger, Get on the Carousel, Hole in Your Soul, Elaine, and they also compared the atmosphere of later Abba songs from 1981, 1982, the frustrating couple situation of Should I Laugh or Cry, or even Frida's solo, Tell Me It's Over. There's that vibe in No Doubt About It for many people. There are those links to the past that connects it all back. Frida's vocal delivery, I can tell you in the verses, it is so soothing, so soulful. And then we come to these completely different choruses, I think, which we have her belting it all out strong and powerful. And the more the song progresses, the more powerful the vocals become. In harmony, in unison with Agnieszka in the background, of course. They literally don't want this to end, like they sing at the very end of the song. This isn't where it ends. And as we know, this isn't where it ends because Ode to Freedom is that final song, all four members together. Frida, in my opinion, stands slightly out in the mix. She is very prominent on this one, also with this beautiful operatic vocal in the background. And as I said, once that song is over, it starts again. I Still Have Faith in You. It's a loop. Voyage. I cannot break out from this album, but if we do, we go back all the way to the beginning, to Abba's beginning, and I'll just take these CD releases for illustration, just for the sake of space. I could as well show them as from my vinyl collection. This is my 2001 CD collection, and Ring Ring is where it all started for Abba. And of course on this album, the highlight when it comes to Frida is the song Me and Bobby's Brother. Has always been such a favorite of mine. I love that warm, nostalgic vocal delivery by Frida. You are really there with her friends in that garden. On the next album, Waterloo, we have that song, Gonna Sing You My Love Song. Some of you may know my opinion on this one, but it's a favorite for many people. And I have to tell you, the live version from Eskilstuna 1975 comes from a bootleg recording, but I really enjoy this song in that version. I really do. That one is really great. And then we come to Tropical Loveland from Abba. Is a favorite for many of you as well, but I remember that Frida herself is not very fond of the song, actually. So if any one of you have or has some love for Tropical Loveland, don't forget to mention it in the comment section below. In 1976, Arrival came. Abba was there. This was the big breakthrough. And for Frida as well, as part of Abba, if you think about the song Fernando. It was her song. It started as part of her solo album, Frida Ensam, and was then adopted for Abba as a single, and was the really great first big breakthrough song for Frida as a lead vocalist in Abba's catalog. Similar to what the song SOS was for Agnieszka, I would think. And again, Fernando there is something very emotional to Frida's delivery, especially in the Swedish version, I would think. And in that case, when we now go back to the present time again, to the Voyage show in London, I think it's more than fitting and more than beautiful that we have this performance of Fernando and Frida preceding it with that beautiful nod to her late beautiful grandmother, her memory of her and her introduction to the song Fernando, standing for all women in the world, for all mothers, all grandmothers. I think it's just so beautiful and really more than fitting. I couldn't think of any better song choice for that introduction. And when we take a look at the album Arrival, of course we have so many gems. When it comes to Frida's lead vocals, we have Knowing Me, Knowing You, and Money, 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 that theatrical vocal delivery. In 1977 we had the album, one of my all-time favorites ever from Abba's catalog, is One Man, One Woman, and Frida's vocal delivery, and also I have to mention her beauty in the music video. Oh, it's sublime. That has to be one of my favorite music videos, by the way. And then we have, of course, the song I Wonder, Departure. Once again, progressing from Money, Money, Money more into theatrical work, musical work, part of the mini musical, The Girl with the Golden Hair. And I Wonder, Departure is a song about doubts, about fears, about dreams, and eventually about the ability to be strong. And it's so surprising, but so obvious at the same time, so fitting, that we have this song at the very end of Abba's Voyage concert, playing as an instrumental piece, right at the moment when all four members of Abba, as they are today, enter the stage virtually and bow out, hug each other and greet us one final time. And to have that song played in the background, I Wonder Departure, is symbolizing Abba's very own strength, like to be brave enough for this comeback. So there we are again, from the past to the present with Voyage, with the project and with the album. Listen to those lyrics. I wonder, it scares me, but who the hell am I if I don't even try? I'm not a coward, or no, I'll be strong. One chance in a lifetime, yes, I will take it, it can't go wrong. It's virtually what I feel, or what I would like to think they must have felt, kind of, when they decided, we have these two songs, I Still Have Faith in You, Don't Shut Me Down. Should we try it? Let's try it out, let's do it. And Abba met again in the recording studio. Abba's seventh album, Voulez-Vous, came out in 1979, and once again we have so many beautiful, strong, standout tracks with lead vocal delivery by Frida. I Have a Dream. It's a song that has grown on people with age, I would think. That's my impression. I really love I Have a Dream. The King Has Lost His Crown is a favorite of Frida herself. And then we have the song Lovers Live a Little Longer. And now on to the final three albums, including Voyage, but Super Trouper, The Visitors, and Voyage. That final trilogy, I would like to call it, we can really feel and hear and see Frida is really there. Here on the opening track, Super Trouper. She's there on Andante, Andante. She is there on Me and I, on Our Last Summer. What a range of beautiful songs that is. And Andante, Andante, I would like to mention Frida's Spanish version, not only with Abba, but her Spanish solo version, featuring Arturo Sandoval, released in 2018, and actually being Frida's final solo recording to date. Me and I would like to single out as well the live version from Dick Cavett Meets Abba, which is just terrific. One of my absolute favorite live performances from Abba, as well as the live rendition from Super Trouper from the same show. Frida's vocal deliveries on those songs, as well as on the track Knowing Me, Knowing You from that show. The ladies' vocals, and as we now speak, especially in focus, of course, about Frida, their vocal delivery, her vocal delivery on that show is so tremendous. And we talked about that special recently. And I really think Live in April 1981 should be out, all 9 tracks, as a beautiful live album. This is Abba's final concert, and they were on top of everything, in my opinion. And then came Abba's final album, of course, for 40 years, The Visitors, and like on the preceding album, Frida is all over this album. She's in the title song, she is in the opening song, she's in the final song, giving us this beautiful bridge, this beautiful bookend of Frida alone in this room wondering, having fears, in the end just reflecting about the end of the song's story, of that relationship, maybe about life, certainly about the end of Abba as well. Everything comes back to me again, in the gloom, like an angel passing through my room. And then we have, when all is said and done, Frida's delivery is such a strong delivery. For obvious reasons, this is her song. This is about her, after all. And we have I Let the Music Speak, capturing that haunting, artistic musicality, that theatrical style. Frida is there once again. What a terrific recording and vocal delivery. I Let the Music Speak. And with that vibe and with that Frida essence in that album, we are all the way back where we started in this video, in the Voyage album. All the way back with Abba today. With I Still Have Faith in You, with Ode to Freedom, that beautiful bookend once again, with Bumblebee, with No Doubt About It. This band, these four individuals, Benny, Björn, Agneta, and our dear Frida Lyngstad, who turns 80 years tomorrow. There's nothing more precious in life to me when it comes to music and to artists. So that was my bit. That was my look back and look forward, look into the past, my look into the present. Where are we with Abba? And I think it's beautiful where we are. And it could not have been more beautiful. So that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this week. Of course, tomorrow is the big birthday. And as part of today's video, of course, I would also like to know your opinion on the week, on these little videos, on today's video, but also, of course, about your favorites, your defining moments of Frida with Abba as a vocalist. Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for continue to watching and for all your beautiful comments. I see your faces, I see your names, they are all so familiar to you, to me, to you probably as well, if you communicate amongst each other, and I really love to see that every time. Like I come back, I know, oh, there's a new video I uploaded a few hours ago or the day before, and I'm overjoyed with the thought of going through the new comments and your new input. So thank you so very much for that, and I hope to see you soon again. Enjoy this evening, enjoy the weekend, and Frida's 80th birthday. Alright, until then, hej då!
I'm turning 80 this year. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you.